What up, people? Smith motherfucking are here today, of course, to give you guys Aoki Hagane no Arpeggio fuck it Ars Nova episode 1. Anyway, basically, this shit is crazy. Motherfucking review. Now, let's get right into this shit. Yeah. So this is a pretty fucking interesting ass story. I'm not gonna really do an episode summary. I'll just lay out some key points. So basically, the year is 2039, and it was the last stand where like every single nation's navy against this thing called the Fog. And the Fog apparently is a group of fucking ships, and basically each ship is like being controlled by itself, from what I assume, or like this, like we find out like some artificial like code shit like that controls them and tells them where to go. And basically, after this Fog won that war against humanity's last stand against them, because they have a degree of technology, and they can have like force fields and shit, and shoot like explosive ass lasers and fucking missiles, and it was a shit. And so they just basically wiped them out, and now the seas are being like governed by this Fog armada, basically. Yeah, it's like an armada, a shitload of ships, and each one of these ships has their own, like, from what we see in the episode, their own like personification, so to speak. Like, a lot of them appear to be girls, and so I'm gonna assume maybe all of them could be girls, because we've seen like 5 of them, and all 5 of them are women. And there's that whole thing about you call ships ladies, you don't call them men. There ain't no ship Henrys out there. They're all like Charlotte, and they're women names. So we can assume that, of course, maybe all these ships are going to be having like women people on them too. And that's not only interesting alone, but it's the fact that because of Fog coming in, so to speak, every single country has been like, every single like continent has been isolated. They can no longer trade, and soon after that, apparently, their spaceships are getting like cut down, and so basically every single country has no communication with any other, like any other country in the world. Except when you think about it, really, I mean, groups of countries would have communication with each other, like America and Canada and Mexico. But any like area where you had to cross over by water, or by, if you had to go over the sea, no, fuck that, you're dead, you'll get blown up. And so there isn't really communication between like different sides of the sea, from what I can, And picture being Japan in this situation, because technically speaking, like just saying, I mean, they're this small little island country, and they're surrounded by these motherfuckers. Now, technically speaking, everybody else is technically speaking surrounded by these motherfuckers too, but I mean Japan, or like all of fucking Asia and Europe. Considering Russia's size, just that alone, I mean, Japan really got the short end of the straw in this shit, like heavy. They basically have to grow all their food now, and like cities are being deserted. That's fucked up, but I mean, they can't get like shipments from outside countries. They'll shoot down any planes or anything that goes over the oceans. So they're fucking isolated just themselves. And it makes you even think more about the limited resources they have. And the fact that when we actually see, like, there's still battleships around for the Japanese Navy, it's just there aren't that many. There ain't like hundreds of these motherfuckers. No, there's like 2. And they get destroyed easily. And then they're like, oh my god, like all our defenses are gone. Except for apparently a shitload of missile launchers. Like, yo, like, this fucking ship, it was like a regular ship. Like one of their like light fucking carriers. And this motherfucker had like 1,000 fucking rockets on it. And like chain laser shits. And like for some reason it had like fucking like torpedoes. And it was just a basic ship. Like, it's just a basic ship. Picture these heavy ships. This, basically, the ship that the main character's in is called, like, Ideo or some shit. Or Chihaya. Or Chihayo. Or some. Anyway, it doesn't really matter. Doesn't really matter. Basically, the submarine, and it's manifested as this girl, and it's apparently deceived fog, and its captain is the person who deceived like humanity. It's this dude, and somehow the ship's last motherfucking like its only order is really to follow this dude. And it may have something to do with this dude's dad, because his dad was in the fucking Navy, and he was like, he's supposedly like betrayed like humanity or something like that and joined the fog, but it's like questionable where he is or not. And then there's like this whole like flashbacks he's having about torturous shit that happened, like his mom in a fucking like tub of blood apparently, like drinking wine. I'm like, it's kind of him sitting on the steps and like everything's whited out, and I'm like, it was kind of weird pictures, but fuck it. And we see some of their weapons, like apparently they have shields, and these shields can, neglect damage. Except since this ship, I believe it's like I-401, it's a submarine, and it has basically all it really has on it is torpedoes. But these torpedoes, these torpedoes, it's basically like, oh my god, what the fuck did I call it? A corrosion like torpedo. And thumbnail immediately, fucking this torpedo hit their shield. And we've seen what happens when one of them doesn't hit a shield. The shield was actually defending a shitload and reducing the damage from what we saw without a shield. With the shield, fucking crazy ass, like, oh my god, it's just so red and black. It looks like a wormhole just sucking shit in. And it's fucking epic. And then just giant ass fucking explosion. That shit done. And then when we saw it, like, on, like, sort of, like, well, what would be the word? When we saw it, when it wasn't, like, against a fucking force field, but just actual, like, human technology, when it fucking shot out and hit this gate. Which, by the way, makes me wonder, okay, hold on. I can see that Japan would be in, like, a limited, supply sort of area, because, I mean, they can't get shit really flown in. They have all the metal that they have there, and they have to use that to defend themselves from the fog on the daily. I mean, well, not really on the daily, but, that's, like, all the supplies they have to make, like, machinery out of and all that. But, I mean, is it really the best idea to keep the only captured, fog vessel, this fucking submarine, in an area that is accessible to the water? That does not make sense. Like, I mean, I get if you guys ever, like, were able to dismantle and stuff, you could use its technology, but I mean, really? I mean, there's water in the vicinity. It's right next to the fucking harbor. Like, if it ever comes back online, like it did, it fucking cuts out like it did, and then shoot one fucking corrosive fucking torpedo like it did, and blew a giant ass fucking hole, like sucking away this giant ass steel door, and like sucking water too, and just flooding this entire area so it can get away. And they decide, hey, let's put it right next to the fucking harbor. Didn't make much sense. But this all happened, of course, because this dude fucking touched it. And he has his crew, of course, and basically they're his friends from this fucking like school they was going to. And he's been doing this for like 2 years. And so he's given a mission, because the rocket that they sent up, apparently, with all this missile defenses and all that, ended up in the end getting shot down. And it turns out that it had an experimental weapon called like a sonic missile, like some type of sonic thing. Like yeah, fuck it. It was some type of sonic. It was like a sonic something missile or some shit like that. I don't believe it was like hypersonic, or like supersonic. No, I don't believe that. But it had like some type of like sonic vibration missile or some shit. Yeah, sonic vibration missile, I believe. But I'm not fucking sure. Anyway. Well, basically what we believe is they lost that weapon, and they're like having like the secret alliance with America, but they haven't talked to each other since they really formed the alliance. And so they're gonna send this fucking ship, I-401, the submarine, across the sea and to, of course, get to America and make some communication with them. See if they got like a missile. And I believe they also gave the human, these people, they gave this military group, the remaining force trying to destroy these motherfuckers, that they know of so far. They gave them like a corrosive missile, and apparently they're gonna try and have them, like, manufacture it like on a large scale, like mass production. Because if each one of their ships had one of these missiles, it would be much stronger. And I believe they also made some additions to it. And basically, I believe what they want to do is they want to get them to go to America and do something with this like sonic vibration missile, because apparently they're gonna launch it from space. And so I'm assuming it's some type of missile that they launch directly into an ocean that would just fucking fuck up everything in the ocean. I can see humanity doing that. Why the fuck not? I can see them doing it. I can. But overall, it was a great episode. Yeah, it was. Yeah. I'm definitely gonna continue watching this, but I'm not sure if I'm gonna review it or not. Maybe we'll see. But right now, I'm just trying to enjoy this because this is some interesting ass shit. It really is. It's very interesting. It's like all of humanity, and just that thought of. Well, technically speaking, though, this would only apply to like Japan and like maybe Australia, but I don't know. Australia is pretty fucking big. But I mean, because Australia is not only like a country, it's also a fucking continent. So I think Australia isn't pretty fucking mad about this. Maybe Greenland and Iceland are with, Japan, and maybe Hawaii. Hawaii's probably fucking pissed right now. This shit. Like, oh my god, Hawaii, yeah, fuck that. They're probably pissed the fuck off. And Alaska, oh my god, people in Alaska, they must be tripping. But besides, like, that, basically, and of course, like, all the Virgin Islands, those niggas, still virgin. Just saying. From what I can tell, Japan, this really affects, like, Japan. This anime, like, when I think about it, like, if we were isolated from other countries, that would probably be the best fucking thing for America. Let's be honest. I mean, Asia, Japan, Russia are all over there. It's just America, Canada, and Mexico to worry about. Everything else, peace out. I mean, well, there are those like countries that go down into South America, but still, I mean, we have this small little community we could fucking improve and work on for once. For once, we can actually improve that shit. In like all of Asia, yeah, like they're so connected right now that would probably make shit better there too. But mostly America would be the best off from this shit. Japan, on the other hand, they got like the shittiest draw in this by far. Like I mean, come on, they are like a fucking island nation, one of the only few that's very small. I mean, it's pretty big, but I mean, like, I'm comparing it to Australia, because people in Australia, they want to give a fuck. They'll be like, woo! Like, who cares? Like, they got so much fucking land there. It's an island, too. And it's just looking at Japan like, yo, I'm a continent, motherfucker. What are you? Like, oh, no offense, but still, I mean, like, Japan got the unlucky fucking end of the straw. I mean, Japan's a shitload of islands. So, I mean, just saying, I mean, they're pretty unlucky when it comes to this type of disaster. They really are. So with that being said, overall, I'll give this episode a 9 out of 10. Yeah, it was good. It was good. It was a good episode and got me very interested. So with that being said, dismiss the motherfucking R.